I'm gonna go get ice.
Alright.
Everybody wants the BBC. Everybody wants the BBC.
There is a sixth dimension beyond that which is known to man. A multiverse as vast as eternity, as timeless as the Infinity Gems. It is the middle ground between the big two and the indie publishers, between sci-fi and mysticism, and it lies between the pages of the reader's imagination. At the summit of entertainment, the dimension of comics, where a humble service is held. We call this service the Gospel of Comics.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. I am your host, The Church of Failure, and with me, as always, is my trusty co-host, Eric McCartney. How you doing today, buddy?
I was doing good. I'm kind of disturbed by what Captain Weeb just posted in the Discord.
I mean, I'm not looking at the Discord right now. I should probably send the tweet out that we're live. Why am I so bad at this? Like, I've been doing it long enough. I should be better at it.
Have like a checklist. Hey, look.
Matt Christie, I had to tell the girls the same thing. That's pretty much, yeah. No, I clipped that the other night from Nick Rekieta's stream where he was talking about the news network, the BBC. But I needed the new text tone, so there we go.
Fair enough.
Oh, so how are you doing today, man? What's your day been like? What's your week been like?
My week's been crazy. Had to help my dad move a wall,
Oh, like you do.
and then just working a lot.
The Discord's been off the chain this week. Shout out to the guys in there. But a lot of good memes, some useful information.
Yeah, I barely had time to really pop in there. But also still getting over kind of the chest cold thing.
Yeah,
So that's been fun.
yeah. Hopefully you're drinking some whiskey. That cures all the ailments. It is the cure all. It is, and this is 100% satire. Do not assume
if,
that
whiskey
is 100% cure all. If whiskey can't cure it, though, well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
It'll help. But no, I figured tonight we'd just kind of have a chill, relaxed stream. We've been meaning to talk about Killer Groove, and it finished up last week before.
Yes. Yeah.
So I read it. I enjoyed it up until like the last two issues. Not gonna lie, the pacing of the last two issues, the unanswered questions, it's obviously left open for a sequel. And it almost feels like at the end, one of those comics that was written to be a pilot for a TV show, which has become a trend lately.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know. That could just be like the first case of this PI or whatever, the first like 3 episode sequence. It just, I don't know. It didn't end on anything like meaningful. Like it didn't lend itself to a sequel, so to speak. But it also didn't give me a fulfilling conclusion, I guess. Like, I get why what happened in the book happened, but I don't like it. I don't like the way they did it. I feel like it could have been done better.
Yeah, the pacing was definitely really weird in those last couple issues.
So,
It almost seems like, well, because you originally thought it was going to be a 6-issue.
I was hoping it would be.
Series.
Like, it feels like that 6th
And
issue
then-
really could have given a lot to it.
Yeah, and then I said like, oh no, the last one's coming out in a couple of weeks, and you're like, what? And then like looking back on it, I'm wondering if it was originally, but then they kind of got cut short because I know it wasn't like a huge selling book. So I wonder if they kind of like got cut short, and so they kind of had to like retweak the last couple issues to wrap up the story.
Yeah. Well, that'll be kind of the second part of the show. Like, we're not going to break this up in any kind of like major sequences or anything or segments. We'll kind of bounce back and forth a little bit. I think I'm going to be having some scotch. I don't know if Ayrton is enjoying the whiskey this evening or not, but
That's Guinness tonight.
okay. Not the have you
to work in
found
the
that
morning.
have you found that beer yet? The one that we talked about, the I'll kill you with my alcohol content beer.
I haven't tried to look at any of the liquor places around here yet. I don't think it's not released, I think, until November or something like that.
Oh.
But I am definitely going to be keeping my eye out.
Yeah, that's it's like what? It's $200 and something a bottle. I heard it was like $280 some places or something.
Yeah, I think on their website it said like $240 is the suggested retail, but I'm sure some places are going to try and get extra few bucks out of it.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to. But
Yeah.
as you can see on the screen there, I guess I should get the the screen share up for you so you can at least know what's going on, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe that'd probably be a good idea.
But we have.
I don't know. I bounce back and forth between looking at this and going and watching the chat. So
Yeah. Well, you'll have that from time to time. But anyway, we also have Fallout New Vegas, which I'll be playing in the background while we talk about this because, well, it's Fallout New
Why not?
Vegas, and this is a chill stream. So, what do you want to start with? You want to start with some of the stuff we've seen in comics this week? Cause
yeah, why not?
have you seen anything?
I mean, I didn't really.
You haven't seen anything interesting this week?
No, I checked the like new release list email that I get every week. I was like, yeah, there's not really anything that I'm really jumping for. And then
there were a couple of interesting Marvel and DC books. Well, Marvel books mainly.
Yeah,
But
Wednesday, on my day off, I helped my dad do those construction house renovating projects. So I didn't. By the time we were done, I was like, I'm sore. We had to lift up a wall with this chain pulley tool that was my great grandpa's, and it was super sketchy. And I was like, I'm tired. I don't feel like driving all the way out to the comic book store today. So,
well, the main thing that I kept seeing this week was basically that the Joker is the biggest thing in cinema right now. It's the highest grossing R-rated movie ever.
yeah, I've been seeing a lot of talk about it. I still haven't watched it.
Should I turn the volume down on this? I guess I could turn it down
There.
in the settings. I don't want it to overwhelm us. I just kind of wanted it in the background. I guess it's probably a little loud.
It was a little loud on my end wherever you just had the volume.
Oh no, it just shut down.
Huh.
Well, that's terrible. See if that picks
Fingers
back
crossed that this will load everybody.
up. Yeah, this is groundbreaking entertainment for everyone. But no,
While he's doing that, I still haven't gone to see the Joker. I'm still on the fence about whether I want to or not. I don't know if any of you guys in the chat have gone and seen it yet. What you guys thought about it? I don't know. It still looks kind of meh to me, but
you can continue.
maybe if it wasn't called Joker, if it like wasn't framed as a DC Universe movie,
right? Like as
I
a
might
comic
be more
book.
interested to see it.
All right, I'm gonna turn that down. Hold on.
Yeah, that's loud.
I'm working on it. I turned it down to like 25%. All right, here we go. That's better.
Legion for the win. Fuck the NCR.
Well, yeah.
I'm not sure I know what that means.
Oh, what's going on, Captain Weave? How's it going?
What's up, Captain? Thanks for giving me those nightmares in the Discord.
As you do. You know, I could probably turn this down in voice meter. Say something?
Okay. Testing. Hello. Coming through good?
Yeah, you're coming in fine. I'm just
Okay.
trying.
Yeah, Novel Bro. I heard the writing was really, really well done for the movie. I don't know. I'm still just not sold on the concept of a quote unquote Joker movie. If that makes sense. but I don't know. I'll probably break down and watch it at some point. You just got doxxed?
Who, me?
No, Captain Weeb.
What?
Yeah, and now you're coming in real quiet.
Am I?
Yeah, well, at least on my end.
Oh.
Yeah, man, what happened, Captain?
Are you kidding me with that? Did you just say what happened, Captain?
Yeah.
You should feel bad.
I didn't mean to.
How's that? Is that coming in? Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
Oh, just a couple of jackasses? All right, fair enough.
I mean, that kind of happens. On the internet, at least. Like, if anybody
Yeah.
eventually wants to dox me, it's probably going to happen. Like, my shit's out there either through campaigns or me being an idiot. But hopefully nobody wants any of my debt. So, I feel like I'm going to be okay. I don't think I piss anybody off bad enough to be swatted. Hopefully not. Maybe I should
Yeah.
move. The game, you're not supposed to be able to hear the game right now. Like, I didn't want it to overwrite the voice right now. If you guys would rather listen to the game and us shut the fuck up, we can do that. Oh shit!
We are here for you guys.
Damn, Captain, that's fucked
Holy
up.
crap.
But
Well, that's good.
yeah. So, no, there's not been a whole lot going on in comics news right now. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on in the indie comics community. But besides Galactic Road to Mayhem being funded and a few indie projects that are going on right now, like, I'm just kind of not dealing with it. Like, the War Campaign's doing something pretty awesome. They're sending a kid who's eventually going to lose his sight. They're sending him as many comic books as they can get his hands on before that happens, and that's pretty amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'll probably look up the info for that, and I think there's a P.O. box where you can send stuff if you're interested in donating to that cause.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, but in the in the grand scheme of things, like the main amount of actual comic book news this week's been kind of weak. But it is the week before Halloween, so I think that's when a lot of the interesting things are going to come out the day before Halloween this week.
I'm hoping so.
Oh yeah, all the add-on items for my collector's edition: tribal raiding armor, throwing spears, broad machete. I'm probably going to be encumbered as soon as I fucking start.
Okay, Matt Kersey in the chat. I just tell people like that to come on over because I already have a whole dug because I'm sure that deep down they're good people.
That's correct.
And you think my jokes are bad.
So, what should I name my character, chat? We'll leave that up to you guys since.
Oh.
Just wait till all of this part is over before doing anything. No. No, this is the very beginning of the game. I just started the game. We should name the character.
We need a good name now.
I have no idea what's going on because I've never had the deluxe edition before, but I mean this is apparently everything. YouTube's being fucky with my notifications. Of course they are. Look at this channel.
Imagine my shock.
Name him Ham. I like ham. It's fantastic. Julius
Kinda
Caesar.
like that too.
Julius Caesar. Ham Caesar. I like that. Ham and Caesar salad. You get outside, just wait till all of these notifications are over until you do anything. Yeah. That's why I'm waiting on the
Game might
character name.
crash.
Let's see.
I don't know. Ham might be the winner.
There we go. Ham Caesar.
All right.
We're gonna turn the volume up just a little bit. All right, there's the votes for Ham coming in. So,
All right.
yeah, that's still really low. God damn it! Why is everything so awful? Why am I so bad at audio?
Because you have 1,000 things open on your computer.
Look, man, don't judge me, okay? If I wanted your opinion, I'd give it to you. Although Danielle did suggest that we need to upgrade you to an '80s car phone.
You know, I had a car for a while that had a car phone in it.
Of course you did.
Like recently, like in the past, like 7 years, 6, 7 years. That was cool. It was a 97 BMW 740i. Yeah, it had a car phone in it. I actually looked up if I was able to still get like service for the car phone and stuff, and just like do that and get rid of because it was before I had a smartphone. But
God.
it was actually, it would have been, I didn't get a smartphone until like maybe 5 years ago.
No, I'm just looking at this face customization. Like,
But-
this is awful.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so to get a car phone reactivated, it's actually stupidly expensive, which kind of sucks because that would have been cool. But how much can you de-age the character? Can you make it look like almost like a baby,
No.
like
No,
a baby with a giant beard? 'Cause that would be hilarious.
That would be amazing. Subtitles are a good idea. Sounds good right about now. Number 3. Go. I don't know what number 3 is about. Alright, settings. Display subtitles. Nope. Settings. Audio. Nope. I have no idea where that is. Maybe it's down here. Dialogue subtitles are on. General subtitles. Okay.
Oh, you broke it.
Of course I did. What is number 3 here? Preset number 3. Is that what they called for? There we go. Yep. Let's see how old we can get. He just doesn't age.
Yeah, the age thing doesn't really seem to do anything.
No, look at how it just switches. Like, it just molds his face differently. Oh, he gets a
Weird.
turkey neck. Yeah.
Man,
All right.
man, I was really hoping for a baby with a huge ass beard.
Yes. Okay.
Was Gunslinger?
Gunslinger. Nah.
Oh, yeah.
I like the mutton stash. Or the shaggy
Yeah.
sideburns. That's pretty good.
The Gettysburg.
Yes. I should choose that for the name alone. Machiavellian, Cavalry, Teddy-O. These are all terrible.
They are. Jeez. What's this say? Tire track? Oh.
The Comrade.
Ombre.
Yeah.
Is there a dead ombre?
The Dead Man's Hand. Chairman Ching. That seems problematic.
You might have to go with that one just because of the name.
Oh yeah, there we go. We're gonna go with the mutton stash. I'm sorry.
All right, fine.
My son's gone insane. All of my children go insane as soon as I start the show. It seems pretty good. Power stash. Anyway. So, what were we talking about? Killer Groove?
Well, we were talking about different facial hairstyles.
Oh, well, yeah, that. Yes, I am absolutely sure that wants to be my character. What have you done to me while I was in bed, guy? I don't know that I trust you.
Hashtag me too. And that guy looks like somebody that would touch somebody while they're sleeping. Doesn't he? Wing Wong, your presets are Wong.
You mean my presets are wrong?
I have a feeling he's just talking shit to you.
Probably. Alright, so I have 5 points to go. Adjust your score. Oh, okay, I get it. I can, I'm what, at an average 5 in everything?
This is weird.
Alright. So we have strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, luck. Oh, it spells special. I remember that from the other game. I get it. Alright. No Chairman Ching. He really wanted the Chairman Ching. I think we all did, Novel Bro, but, you know, in the end, I feel like the racist jokes would get the channel banned, so we can't do that.
Okay, if they haven't got the channel banned yet.
We don't make a lot of racist jokes.
No, but our chat does.
Well, I mean, we're not responsible for them. They are their own free people. Ayrton, come on. So, I don't know. What do I want to be in this game? Do I want to be really stealthy?
I've never played one of these games, so
Where do you just live under a rock? What do? You play guitar, you drink Guinness, you smoke cigars. Are you just an eclectic man of wealth and taste?
Who's somehow on this show?
I know I can subtract points, Matt Christie. I did this in Fallout 3. It's just I've never played New Vegas except for the save game that I had been playing off my Xbox almost 5 years ago. So, and I don't ever remember interacting with this machine. So you have that going for you. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to be in this game. I think I want to be stealthy, obviously.
I think you should be Hercules' bigger cousin.
Hercules' bigger cousin. Just put
top
all
of
my
the
points in
strength
strength. Yeah. Take all my
Yeah.
points out of intelligence.
Yeah. Novel, bro. Freedom. Dramatic music intensifies.
Yep. All right.
See, but in your country, can't you get arrested for teaching a dog to do the Nazi salute?
Yes. So,
I think everybody over there needs to put on their kilts and paint their faces and go charge whatever their government capital building is.
mm,
I don't know what it's called. Is it that horse statue that you guys put a traffic cone on top of its head for some reason?
I mean, isn't that just what you do? So,
I don't know. Have you seen that though? In Glasgow, there's some like statue of a dude riding a horse, and it's like 12 feet tall. And these crazy fucks will like grab a random traffic cone and climb up it and stick the traffic cone on top of the dude on the horse's head, and then like jump down and run away because the police will like, I don't know, beat you with billy clubs if they catch you or something like that. I don't know. I think it's hilarious. But
You would, but, you know. I think that's where we're going to go.
all right.
Luck will boost up to 8. You know, gives us better of critical hits, affects all of our skills, enemy mishap. Perception is good for sneak, but so is agility. Fine. Let's see. Take endurance down. I guess we'll take 1 away from strength
I think
because I'm gonna be shooting people.
You should move agility.
Oh
You should move
no!
agility all the way down to walking disaster.
Oh no! I seem to have done it wrong. Well,
Uh-oh.
that's it's how the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Alright. Oh man, what am I? I'm wearing the shortest shorts ever.
Well, good thing your camera's not on.
I'm talking about my character. What did he ask?
Oh. I don't know if you had that Chairman Wong mustache, I would say choose cat, but
What was the question?
I have no idea.
It's probably just now catching up on the stream. Alright, I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say dog. Okay.
The Glasgow statue is of Donald Dewar, MSP, a quite an unremarkable fellow.
Alright, we're gonna say dog. Train.
I would imagine that would be a messy day.
Burglarize. Night. Shroud. Bandit. Reasonable.
Who's Michael Hogan?
Where are you seeing Michael Hogan? Where is that at?
Oh, Matt Christie says Doc Mitchell is voiced by Canadian actor Michael Hogan.
Oh. Got light. mother. Regret,
I
human
think you need a
shield.
human shield.
Yeah, human shield.
What a perfect answer, too.
I'm gonna strongly disagree on that one. Disagree. Agree. Agree. Is there a
Rorschach test.
is there an answer that just says Rorschach?
I think you should pick an angry two-headed ant because that is definitely the funniest answer.
Oozing wound, a shadow in a door frame, a chemical reaction, a broken chain. Yes. There we go. A light in the darkness, a bearded man. The obvious answer is two people touching hands, but we're going to go with bearded man. Trick question, Captain Weeb. Better Green Lantern is Guy Gardner. Oh, there we go. Melee weapons, 31. Speech, 31. Unarmed, 35. Jesus Christ.
Wait, so you're better unarmed than with a weapon? Is that what that says, basically?
Men in hats playing patty cake. Yeah, basically. I feel like I need to reset these, though. So I'm going to. I have tag 3 skills. We're going to go sneak. We're going to go lockpick. And we're going to go guns.
Come on, explosives. You could get to throw dynamite at people.
Shut the fuck up.
I'd be doing explosives, survival.
Right. Choose up to choose 2 straights. Let's see. Built to destroy. The flamer that burns twice as bright burns half as long. All weapons have plus 3% chance. Oh, decay. No, I don't want my shit to decay. Claustrophobia. You have a fear of enclosed spaces. Gain 1 special attribute when outside, but suffer -1 when indoors. There's no Rorschach, only Ham. Ham Caesar, hail. Early bird. Enjoy a special +2 for each of your special attributes from 6 a.m. to 12.
Oh, kamikaze.
That one, you have +10 action points, but your reckless nature causes you to have -2. I don't know. Loose cannon. The bacons are lit. The bacons are cold. What the fuck? Oh, the ham, yeah. Wild Wasteland unleashes the most bizarre and silly elements of post-apocalyptic America.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I want to see aliens.
4 eyes. Any type of glasses. You have a +1 perception. Fast shot. Hoarder. You gain +25 pounds to your carrying capacity, but suffer -1 to all attributes. Oh, wow. So you have to just carry everything all the time. Is there anything that actually helps me steal things or sneak around better? You suffered minus 10%. Oh my
Small
god,
frame.
no. Small size, yeah, +1 agility, but your limbs are more easily crippled.
Yeah. See, and this is why I never got really into video games after like PS2, because it's just too much for a video game for me.
Mm,
And Roham will answer.
that is correct. Mm,
Oh, you guys make my week.
I do miss doing this on Wednesday, I gotta say. Picking up Friday over Wednesday was not the thing to do. No one's going to put you out your pastures because you're going to stay young forever and level 30, but you'll never again become addicted to chems. They'll last twice as long, but after 30, kiss experience, perk, and skill points goodbye. Nope. I don't know. I think I'm just going to go fast shot. No.
Yeah, why not?
Wild Wastelands is fun, yeah. Trigger discipline? I don't know. We'll try that.
No, I'm expecting some great like Roham memes in the Discord after tonight.
Oh, probably. I mean, that's...
God, that is a disturbing image of the character.
Gaius Ham Caesar. Oh, okay. This is what you meant. So, Killer Groove. Since we've been, engrossed in getting this started. 5 issues.
Yeah.
Aftershock Comics.
Yeah.
We reviewed the first
Should've
issue
been
on the
6,
show, like, what, 5 months ago, almost? No, not
Yeah.
5 months ago. We haven't been doing this show for 5 months.
Yeah, we have.
Jesus Christ. Fallout New Vegas allows you to play in a hardcore mode that greatly increases the challenge of the game. In this mode, stimpaks heal over time, cannot mend broken limbs. Radaway removes radiation over time. Ammunition has weight. Dehydration is a constant concern. This mode is only recommended for advanced players, which I am not. You can turn it on or off at any time, but if you activate hardcore now and maintain it through the end of the main storyline, you'll receive a special reward. No. Alright. So,
Yeah. So
there we go. Item.
yeah, I don't know if any of our listeners were around as much back way back then when we covered the first issue of Killer Groove. So the short of it is we have while Church goes through this opening bit, is we have our main character Jackie, who's a musician, and
I thought Johnny was the main character.
Johnny
Yeah.
or Johnny. Jackie's the girl.
Yeah.
I get goddamn J names. So Johnny, and he moved out to L.A. Back in the, I think it's supposed to be the 70s, and this place takes place in the 80s. Because everyone was saying like, oh, you can make it big if you go out there, you know, kind of like the whole Hollywood thing. And he ends up just working as a bartender, and he's allowed to play a few sets at the bar when he's working, and you know, no one really cares for his music. And then he sees two guys get into a altercation in the bar, and they get kicked out. Then he sees those same two guys in an alley as he's walking home, and one of the guys is about to get the upper hand on the other and pulls a gun on him. So he runs up and bashes him in the side of the head with his guitar case, and then stabs him in the neck with an ice pinch. Ice pinch, Jesus. That's an apparatus on a bong.
Yep.
Anyways, so it turns out that the guy who he killed was actually the other guy's Mark, who is a hitman, and splits the money with him and tells him if he wants any more work to let him know. And I'd take a hit of my cigarette. Then he goes on to use that experience as inspiration to write songs, and then becomes a pretty big deal after that. And that's basically the first issue. And then the second issue is we dive more into Jackie, who is a kind of an ex-girlfriend of Johnny's. But she's a PI, former cop.
Right.
Who,
she was a former cop who basically
we find out she was
she soiled her reputation, right?
With like drugs or like a drug addiction or something like that. And this 10-year-old girl shows up at her office and asks her to find her dad, who's been missing for like 6 months or something like that, and she's been living by herself. And the little girl rides a skateboard and smokes cigarettes.
Right. Her dad ended up being in league with some hippies that left some pamphlets around her home, and that led the little girl to the private
which
investigator.
turned out to be like eco-terrorists.
Right, and that kind of leads to one of my first, I don't know, disagreements with the storyline, because it kind of felt like that entire opening part with Lucy was actually more of a, I don't know, just kind of a way for the storyline to just progress. Like she was literally designed to introduce, because here's the way it ended up. Well, should we go ahead and just go through like the rest of the story before I get into this? This is going to take us through the entire storyline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to hop through the synopsis of the whole story fairly quickly.
Okay. You go ahead and do that.
But yeah, so we find out that her dad was part of this like eco-terrorist hippie organization, and he got killed. And so Lucy ends up kind of palling around with Jackie pretty much for the rest of the story, kind of on and off. But then we're introduced to Jackie's uncle, Raul, who is a refugee from communist Cuba.
Right.
And we kind of see there's some men after him and don't really know what's going on there. And that gets kind of pushed to the background for a minute as we jump kind of back to Johnny and where he's at. He's getting more famous, more recognition, but he gets stuck on like his new album, and so he goes to the hitman guy like, "Hey, you know, do you have a job for me?" And the guy's like, "Come on, you can't have blown all that money already." He's like, "Nah, come on, I just want to do it."
Right.
So his mark ends up being this other musician, who Jackie is tasked with retrieving a guitar that he stole from his mentor. So these two end up reuniting at this party where she's there.
No. You've got that wrong. Nick is the artist that stole the guitar, not Johnny.
Yeah, but Johnny's there to dicks the mark that Johnny is meant to take out, while Jackie is there to get a guitar back from him.
What's going on right now?
So they're at the party after the same dude.
I feel like something's broken. Okay. What the fuck just happened?
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
But
We're okay now.
so she tries to talk him into giving the guitar back. The guy doesn't listen, so she sneaks up to his studio and just steals it, and he catches her and goes to try and kill her, and Johnny stops him, and then after she leaves, he basically, I think he snaps his neck and then throws him down some stairs and pours a bunch of like coke on his face so it looks like he OD'd and fell down the stairs.
Right.
Or he pushes him out a window. I don't know, something
He
like that.
pushes him over the balcony, yeah.
And yeah, over the balcony. Yeah.
And
And
again, like that,
Then we cut.
that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me either. Like, what was the whole point of that storyline? Just to show, like, why did he kill Nick for just being Nick at that point? Like, why didn't he just go get another job?
Well, he killed him because that's the only way he can write is after he takes on one of these hit jobs. It kind of gives him the inspiration and stuff to be able to write the songs. And so
No, I get that, but
so
what
we
I'm
kinda
saying,
see
like,
this is kind of like
he had been going through the hitman the entire time. Why would he just randomly just kill a dude at the party where he could be caught when he knew an ex-cop was there? Like, it didn't make sense character-wise. I'm not questioning like why he did it storyline-wise. I get why he does it storyline-wise. It just didn't make sense storyline-wise.
I think it's to kind of, I took it as kind of like showing like his desperation for like being able to like continue writing like hit songs. Because then he gets another assignment to take out Raul, Jackie's uncle, and he kind of hesitates for a minute, and his contact or whatever is kind of like, "Are you all right?" And he was like, "Yeah, I know the guy." And he's like, "You don't have to do it." He's like, "No, it's okay, I got it." So he goes to do the hit on Raul, but he kind of fucks it up,
Yeah.
and he ends up in the hospital.
Yeah, well, Raul stabs him in the gut, and then he shoots Raul. I don't know. Like I said, the first two issues were really good and really intriguing, but by the end, it was just, I don't know. It was kind of a plot device driven story, and I didn't really dig that.
Yeah, but and then after that we cut to, well, I think the final issue.
Yeah. Yeah, because
remember right. Yeah.
because Jackie finds his collection of tapes where he admits to his crimes on record,
Yeah.
and
Well,
that's
and
never really
specifically,
explained.
well, and specifically, to she listens to the song that like he apparently like just wrote and like recorded the like demo EP about trying to take out her uncle, and then obviously she gets all pissed off and uh whatnot. The last issue is really fast. Like the pacing is really really weird on it. Um, but it kind of jumps to uh, see Raul now out of the hospital, and Jackie and Bar, and Lucy saying like, "Are you going to go after him?" or something like that.
Yeah, and again, that's
And
something
then
else I don't understand. Like, how does this little girl end up with this detective, this a junkie and an alcoholic and a disgraced former police officer? It doesn't make sense.
well, I think she. It seems like she just keeps hanging around because her dad's dead, and they kind of have a connection with each other a little bit, like the way they talk in that second issue where she's introduced. They kind of have a bit of a camaraderie almost, and like their nihilistic view of the world.
Right.
That's kind of how I took it. She just kind of like kept hanging around because she had nobody else. But then we cut to Johnny showing up at a party at a cabin in the middle of the woods of a bunch of people he knows with an axe and just slaps everybody.
Yeah.
For no,
Seemingly no
like
reason.
it was an assignment. Yeah. And then it jumps to him sitting on the porch of that cabin covered in blood, writing a song. And then we jump over to several weeks later, I think. And Jackie finally catches up with him, and he's sitting kind of like on a cliff looking out over at the ocean.
Well, they just murdered the shit
Well,
out
that
of me.
looked intense.
Yeah.
And he's listening to what he calls like his like masterpiece or something like that, and they basically have a discussion where she's like, I have to kill you for this, and he's like, well, if you're going to do that, at least share my work with the world, don't let it go unheard. And then she kills him, and then we come back to the bar with Lucy, Jackie, and Raul, and Lucy just goes like, so did you listen to it? And we just kind of like see Jackie's face where it's kind of ambiguous, like, did she listen to it? Did she not? Like, we're not quite sure. And then Lucy just goes like, he was an asshole anyways. That's pretty much the end of it.
Yeah, like it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. The entire the entire concept behind the book, every issue the panels kind of seemed like they were musical notes arranged. Oh yeah.
Like beats.
Right. And I mean, that's cool and all, but if that's your only hook, then that's going to get old quick. And it didn't really seem like there was a whole lot of nuance to the writing style of any of this.
No, it was a pretty cut and dried like book about addiction, really, is how I took it. Like Jackie was a straight up drug addict. We see Johnny like, doing your typical like 80s stuff like cocaine stuff like that. But
Shooting up heroin.
it was, yeah. But that's.
Well, one of the covers
But,
was literally him snorting lines of cocaine that looked like a guitar. So that was pretty interesting.
Which is probably my favorite cover.
I don't know. I like the
Short of the-
tape that just said "the end."
Yeah. But the lines of coke in the shape of a guitar is pretty cool.
But let's.
No, my favorite actually is probably the very first issue cover where it's him holding a guitar case just covered in blood and like taped back together and stuff.
Yeah.
Really, that's probably the best one.
Well,
But really, the story's about addiction. Like Johnny's addicted to the fame and the success, and the only way for him to, in his mind, the only way for him to write these songs is to keep killing people. And if it was stretched out a little bit longer and we got more character nuance on it, it probably could have been a lot better and a lot more interesting. There's a lot of reading between the lines you have to do in this to kind of extrapolate out what's happening.
I'm going to disagree with you because I don't think the story's about Johnny at all. I think the story's about Jackie. And her struggle to be a decent person. I think Johnny is her first test, so to speak, in a longer running series. Like I told you off air, I think this is basically a comic book series that was written to be a pilot for a TV show, which is a common theme going on right now. And this seemed like the first 5-episode arc. Because...
And I kind of feel like we might have mentioned that when we reviewed the first issue. Actually, thinking back to that.
I really should have watched that, but I didn't. Because I'm a terrible host on a, even worse show. But what are you going to do? So, we'll go ahead and pause this for a second because I'm enjoying my scotch and enjoying this conversation. I don't know. I feel like here's my original problem that I was going to start off with when you started describing the story. I feel like Lucy is just plot device. Like she's Chekhov's gun, so to speak.
Yeah.
She comes in, she has a dead father. Well, she has a father that's gone missing and left her alone. She won't tell anybody else where her next of kin is. So you're telling me that, and I know people slip through the cracks. I know, there's shit that happens all the time. But you're telling me DSS and the police just weren't up this chick's ass for harboring a girl who hasn't had a parental or, guardian figure in what seems like weeks at this point, right? And that plot line feels like it only exists to introduce the eco-terrorist group in the second issue. And the eco-terrorist group only exists so that you have the FBI agent who knows Raoul. You get what I'm saying? Like, none of these plot threads seem to pay off. Every one leads to the next one, leads to the next one, and there's no payoff. Like, Nick is essentially a paranoid schizophrenic communist. And his whole stick is he stole a black man's music and then begged him out of his guitar and, got hit records that the other guy never got because of his marketing and his promotions or whatever. So that's where you get the other guy hiring the detective or the PI to get his guitar back. So first off, you're telling me a PI took basically a theft job? I don't think so. Like that's not what they do. You have a PI, you basically give them you give them the job of getting a guitar back, and they just are like, okay, yeah, I'll see what I can do. Oh yeah, by the way, I can't pay you until I hawk the guitar. Oh, sure, That's fine. As a private investigator who lives essentially from paycheck to paycheck, who apparently thinks as little of herself to charge $50 a day? I'm sorry. Have you ever tried to
Plus
hire a
expensive.
private? Have you ever tried to hire a private investigator?
No, but I I did look into doing some PI work, but in Michigan, getting the license is really annoying.
Yeah, you know what you get paid for getting that license is really annoying. Like $200
Yeah, I
at
know.
least. Like sometimes they charge up to $100 an hour, but $200 a day is like a bare minimum.
Yeah, yeah, but I would have had to join a police force first for at least 2 years, and I would be the world's worst cop because I wouldn't do anything.
Well, from what I understand, your quotas are based on your quotas are based on your quotas. Like you don't have a quota, quote unquote, per se, but you have.
No, it's in Michigan. It's like you're required so many quote unquote human interactions per day, or something like that. It's worded in a way that it's not technically a quota, but it's basically a quota. But yeah, I didn't really want to deal with that shit.
Okay. But yeah, there's good money in being a PI. You don't take $50
Yeah.
a day on. Oh shit! I'm gonna pick this lock. Apply torque with the screwdriver. Mouse rotate the bobby pin. Force lock. Alright. Oh no! And we're in. See, I know some of these mechanics from Skyrim. Alright, open desk, empty. I'm being evil.
Man, the last game I played that had even something kind of close to that, but not even similar, was the Hobbit game for PS2. I don't know if you ever played that, but that game was fun as shit.
Hey, there's whiskey. I'm stealing the whiskey. I'm stealing the scotch. 'Cause
Imagine my shock.
that's who I am. I'm not stealing the dirty water. You can keep the dirty water. Ooh, that's a hard lock. Paperweight, no, it's a 1-to-1 value. Pre-war book. That's God damn it! Why did you pull your gun out? I'm not okay with that. I don't need your gun pulled out. I'm going to get my gun.
Sure. We will defend ourselves. Stay back.
That's fantastic. A large scorched book. Hey, there's more whiskey to steal.
We need that sound clip to play anytime you have to draw your gun on somebody else in this game.
I don't drink beer, so I'll leave him the beer as well, and the dirty water. I'm taking the purified water. Inaccessible door? What if
You know
I'm
you don't get to actually drink that scotch, right?
What do you mean? I should probably access this terminal as well. Science skill 25 is
An old-
required. I'm too
An
stupid.
Apple II.
I'm too stupid to get in the terminal. What's in there? Yeah, I'm taking all the sarsaparilla. Sioux City sarsaparilla.
I like I like sarsaparilla.
Oh yeah, 75 to open that. Oh, that's reassuring. You can teach me to survive in the desert. I need to get to Prim. Suggestion on a route. Short on caps. Don't spend anything at work available. What do you do? So, but what I was talking about in the issue though, let's pause it again. You know, everything seemed to only exist for everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, every story element that existed didn't really mean anything once its purpose was revealed. Kind of like, I know I've referenced this a couple of times in the past, but I've been listening to the Game of Thrones books, and when they're the character, even after they die, like their footprint is left behind. Like people think about them, their previous plots and schemes pay off. But in this book, like I said, you have a dead dad who was discovered because a kid wandered into a PI's office, right?
Yeah.
So after they discover the dead dad, they go back to the kid, they explain all that to her. Then she just randomly shows up at this PI's office and in her care. They're under eviction, but no cop has showed up to find out that a kid's living there by themselves. There's no power, which the apartment company would literally have to get you out of the apartment if you were under eviction and your power got cut off for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
If your water gets cut off, your gas gets cut off, like all of these things would get you caught. But anyway, dead dad discovered, and then you discover one of the guys in the eco-terrorist group is an FBI agent. Well, he exists only to show up with the CIA to basically threaten Raoul, which does kind of have a payoff in the end, but that same payoff could have been accomplished just from the simple fact that you've been explained that Raoul's in, I guess, what are they, in LA?
Yeah.
Well, Raoul's in LA because the mob's looking for him in Florida. And the mob found out he's in LA, and that's all, like, explained in... Oh my god. But that's all explained in... I can't think. There's conversation going on in the background. I'm sorry.
It's kind of explained in passing.
Yeah, and you don't need the FBI and the CIA agent ending up there, but you've already set it up because he was part of the eco-terrorist organization. So they don't report that to the cops. They don't investigate the bombing of federal buildings. Like, seems a little weird. And it just, I don't know. The ending, like, she goes after Johnny and she finds him on a cliff, basically yoga meditating and recording music into a police interrogation tape recorder. I don't know. It's not. It just doesn't pay off. Like, 5 issues just feel too short. The last 2 issues feel completely rushed. Like, it's almost like they were writing a story and they just got turned down for a new TV series. They got turned down and they were just like, all right, wrap up the story and we're done. We're just going to be done with this idea and on to the next idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just unfulfilling.
Yeah, definitely felt like it was cut short.
Because if Johnny's your man, I kind of compare this to Criminal almost in a way that the storyline's written, right?
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
You don't see that? Okay. But Criminal is a story of the main character, and the main character's whole thing is he's a criminal, but he's a smart criminal. He always has a backup plan. He always gets away. He does it right. All that good shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, it felt like the character like that in this book was Johnny. But at the end of the book, you found out that basically the main character. Oh, what is this, target practice? Where am I looking to shoot? Oh, sarsaparilla bottles. Okay.
Sarsaparilla.
Oh, God damn it. Jesus Christ. I had to get right up on the fucking bottle. Where's my crouch button? Oh, Control L.
Yeah, try
Oh, left
staying
control.
still.
But no, it felt rushed. I didn't like it kind of let me down too. I was really looking forward to the series in the end. Like what it finished up being just let me down. And it's been a while since there was a I guess I'm gonna follow this bitch. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted. Multiple things going on at one time. Let me uncrouch.
Yeah, it's kind of like it hooks you in good enough in the first few issues, and then just kind of like rushes that conclusion.
Right. But you find out that Jackie's the main character by the end, and there's not really any character development to her. Like, okay, she was a crooked cop. Well, in this series, we've seen her basically assault a guy to steal his guitar because she's a private investigator. And we've seen her basically shoot up heroin and neglect her responsibilities with her kidnapped child ward. That's pretty much, and try to bum and bum a cigarette off of a blatantly underage chick. It just like, am I missing something here? Like this doesn't seem like.
That's about it.
I don't know. I just feel like it could have been better. I was just a little bit disappointed by it. It started off so good, but
Yeah, it was definitely like I see what they were going for with kind of that ending, and conceptually I like it. It's just done so poorly.
what am I shooting here?
I don't know, just shoot at stuff. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Ah, there. What? Alright. Mouse 1 can't attack your target. Mouse 2 cancel your attack. Accept actions. Oh, man. There we go. Another one down.
You killed something.
Yay. Kill geckos at the well. I'm gonna go loot those motherfuckers first. What the fuck has gotten on with you, Doc? I don't know. I've got some interesting books that I want to read this weekend. Contagion #3 came out, so that looked good. We've got some, we got some manga, Goblin Slayer, that we have to look at for to have Captain Weave on. I think we'll do that Sunday or Monday, depending on his schedule.
Alright.
Probably do This Week in Comics, maybe a little bit of maybe a little bit of Alan Moore, where we talk about The Killing Joke tomorrow. I don't know. Let's kind of go with it.
Tomorrow or Sunday for the Killing Joke?
I guess Sunday probably be better for you, wouldn't it?
Probably. I have a 10-hour workday tomorrow.
I mean, that sounds like a personal problem to me. Why do you always run everywhere? Like, I'm glad they have an auto run feature on here. Trying to fill up my ice.
Your stamina stat must be up.
Why do you just... Oh my god.
Well, that sounded dramatic.
Are you not watching the screen share?
Where
did she go?
For a sec.
What the hell? Oh, over here. Where you at, bitch? You ran away. Oh no. What the fuck just happened?
Oh.
I don't understand. I think the game broke. I broke it.
And here we witness the fall of the great Ham Caesar.
Oh, there she is. Okay. Oh, she's been killing things. Okay.
Okay, now I need somebody in the chat to take Mark Anthony's soliloquy after the death of Caesar from the Shakespeare play and reword it for Ham Caesar and make it offensive.
Super chat it to me a line at the time, so I'll have to read it. What am I supposed to do?
I used to know that. I had to memorize it for a theater class back in high school. Can't remember it for the life of me, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really got into Shakespeare. I was always a little bit more of a, oh, there's a settler there. I was always more of, God, who was the guy that did, the Odyssey and the Iliad? Homer?
Oh, Homer?
Yeah.
Homer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit more like, gigantic novel than short play. But
Well, I mean, was anything Shakespeare
I guess
did
they're both.
truly short? I mean, let's just be honest here.
And the plays aren't that long.
I don't know. I remember having to memorize lines for those plays.
It was fun. It was for a theater class. We did like a semester of Shakespeare, like just Shakespeare.
I don't know that I've ever played this part of the game. It's really interesting the
So if you know
audio.
where this stuff is, you dumb. If
Yeah,
you know
what?
where this stuff is, you dumb bitch, and know how to make everything, why don't you just have this stuff handy if you need to teach somebody stuff?
No, man, that's not how this works. What are you not getting? All right.
And
So,
this is why me and video games don't get along.
spoken like somebody who's obviously never spent like 18 fucking hours in WoW at a time.
No,
Yeah, man.
there was what was it? Gran Turismo 4,
You
I
like?
think, for PS2. There was a race on the Nuremberg Ring. That was like a 20-hour race.
Good lord. I
Yeah,
remember
pretty
fighting
crazy.
I remember fighting a boss in Final Fantasy that took like a day and a half almost, and you couldn't.
Jeez.
Yeah, you couldn't pause it unless you like glitched the game out.
Yeah, luckily with GT4, it had like you could set it so it would drive the course itself, but you would have to like still check it every now and then to like replace the tires and refuel and stuff. So you just set it to that
Oh,
and
okay.
just make sure you have the right car, and then you just come back like every hour and just send it in the pits to get the tires and fuel swapped.
Okay.
Yeah, and there
Well,
was a way you could unlock the car from the race car driver I'm named after, which was cool.
I forget that you're named after a race car driver.
Yeah,
You told me that before. What kind of driver is he? Like just a
it's
standard NASCAR?
Ayrton's. No, Formula One.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, driver from Brazil in the late '70s until he died in
Oh
1994.
God.
Yeah, he was a crazy motherfucker. He'd burn out like all of his gear during a race except like one, and still win. And he'd do all kinds of like crazy stuff like that.
What's attacking me?
He'd drive going like
Oh,
130 miles an hour with one hand, like down a straightaway and then downshift and go into like this tight turn, and like yeah, all kinds of insane stuff. And that's back when they didn't have like electronically controlled like suspension stabilizers and ABS and power steering and that kind of stuff like they do today. But
yeah.
yeah, it's uh, automatic adjusting uh, fins or spoilers to like put more pressure on the car at higher speeds and then bring it up when you're going through the turns, so the car lifts up a bit to go around. Like, yeah, cars these days do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Hmm.
I mean, the tech is cool, but it kind of takes away something from the driving a little bit.
I apparently just died horribly from a scorpion sting, and I should have used one of the multiple stim packs that I have. I love doing tutorials multiple times because I'm horrible at things. You guys won't have to put up with this much longer. I think Nick Ricada is going live in like a little under a half an hour, so get that going for you. It's going to be a Drexel stream, from what I understand. So, what I said in the beginning, the clip that I played twice before the intro started. Should I get that again? Let's see. So what we got here? We got a folder here.
Oh, the gaming streams are always fun.
I mean, Racket said it, not me. So. But what are you gonna do? I don't know.
That's a pretty fantastic cut on that.
I mean, I was listening to the stream while I was working the other night, and I was just like, that needs to be clipped, and I don't know that anyone else realizes that it needs to be clipped. I need a new text message tone. So now the people at my job are very, very uncomfortable whenever my phone goes off.
Oh, that's great. I thought you worked by yourself most of the time, though.
I do, but we have meetings. I can send myself text messages, so.
Now I'm gonna just like text. Oh wait. Oh no.
No, it'll still
go to your
no.
phone.
It does. It does. I do.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you definitely.
I might just have to message you just random crap just to make that go off. Just in the off chance you might be around somebody that will make them uncomfortable.
Right. Yeah. I mean, definitely. Yeah. I know how to do this. We're going headshots here.
Oh, that sucks, Matt.
Oh,
I
his power?
still don't get. Yeah, I still don't like. You call your power companies hydro companies. I mean, I get it. Most of your power was originally came from hydroelectric generators, but still, Canada's such a silly place.
And doesn't milk still come in bags in Canada?
Yeah, what's the point? How do you reseal a bag of milk? Is it like a Ziploc?
No, there's a pitcher that you drop it into. You cut the corner out, and there's a pitcher that you drop it into.
Yeah, but how do you reseal it? Like, you have to drink all of that milk in like a couple days.
How long does it take you to go through a thing of milk?
I don't know, like a week and a half.
Man, you don't need to buy more than a pint at the time, then. You're the guy they make those small containers of milk for.
I get it's still weird that it's in a bag.
No, milk in a bag, it makes sense, man. Like I said, they have special cartons that have handles. You just pour the milk after you cut the corner of the bag.
Then why don't you just put it in a carton that already has a handle on it? Like,
because you have the one plastic carton. It's very economical.
I guess. I don't know. It's still Canada's still a silly place, regardless of whether they're milk.
Well, they elected Trudeau again. Of course, they're a silly place.
Yeah. Day-o. Day-o.
You know how it was brown face when Justin Trudeau did it?
Dude, that guy did so much blackface. It's ridiculous.
He covered his entire body. It was fantastic.
He did.
He was basically a walking Kanye album. It was great.
So could you imagine if pictures surfaced of Trump doing that?
Oh, absolutely.
But Trump would just be like, "Yeah, and I won best costume for that Halloween. So screw yourself."
I wear the best blackface. It's the best. It's the greatest.
I still think it's funny that Trump has a Twitch channel now.
I think it makes sense. Like more campaign.
Oh, it makes sense, but it's still hilarious.
Yeah, like,
Either way.
I don't see why all of these people don't have YouTube channels and Twitch channels. Well, Trump would get banned from YouTube. That's pretty obvious.
So fast. So fast. I would love to see Trump play like a video game though on the Twitch channel.
Centipede. Mrs.
No,
Pac-Man.
it'd be a Space Invasion. No, Space Invasion. He has to keep those aliens out.
I build the. Oh no! It'd be a tower defense game, so he could build a wall. That's fantastic. Why hasn't that been done yet?
Crowder did a parody of Trump playing Minecraft and building a giant wall on Twitch. It was pretty good.
Man. Oh, but yeah. We got Goblin Slayer Volume 1 to look at this weekend. We've got The Killing Joke to look at this weekend to finish up the Alan Moore Appreciation Month. We've got an American
Appreciation, depreciation.
just basically to keep him from cursing us.
Okay.
Like, that's really all I want. I
fair.
don't want him to curse me. That's really where I'm at with it.
I mean, he might just do it because he's bored.
Probably.
Isn't it kind of like Beetlejuice? If you say his name enough times, he'll just kind of show up and curse you.
What if you just mention him on your YouTube channel enough? Is that where you?
You know, speaking of which, you know, we have a few minutes still. I don't remember who it was that I saw. If I think of the channel, I'll post the link to the video in the Discord. But somebody was doing a review of the Watchmen premiere.
Okay.
And they had, I'm not saying I agree with the take, but they did have an interesting take on it. Whereas depending, like the show itself is its own Rorschach test. So depending on like where you align, like socially and politically and all that stuff, actually depends on how you view the show. And he was saying like, you know, if you look at it from a different angle, it's not just like tearing down like, you know, like white men with like the white supremacy thing.
I don't think we said that. I'm saying I don't think we said that a single time in our review, though.
No, but that other people have been saying that.
Oh well, I mean, I didn't take that at all. Like, I mean, it's attacking the whole white supremacy thing. I just think that the media is making a much bigger molehill or much bigger mountain out of the molehill that is the whole quote unquote white supremacist epidemic.
Yeah,
but Klansmen are not gathering outside of every household in America, contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, but he said, you know, if you, with the right point of view, you could also see it as kind of making fun of like radical leftists too, where they see white supremacy everywhere. With like the main character said she could sniff them out because they smell like bleach, right. That kind of stuff. he made some interesting points.
Yeah, I'd definitely
I mean,
like
it's
to look at
still
that.
a poor. It's still a poorly written show. I'll try and remember who I saw do that review, and I'll post it in the Discord.
Okay.
But I thought it was interesting.
Oh no.
Still not a great premiere, but an interesting take on it. I will say.
Huh. Store all body parts.
Yeah, he brought up the same stuff we did too. Like, why are you framing this as Watchmen?
Right.
You know, opening it up with the massacre in Oklahoma and all this other stuff. But I mean, it is an interesting thought that the show itself is a Rorschach test.
I mean, I can dig it. But no, I think that it's just, I don't know. I've actually talked to Q from Out of the Darkness, who we've spoken to before on this show,
Oh yeah,
to come on and talk about it with us, because I don't know, it just feels like they're trapping it as Watchmen, but it's not.
yeah. You know, it's like the Joker movie.
Well, the
Like
Joker,
calling it the Joker when you like, why do you have to frame it in the DC universe?
well, I mean, at least they kind of tried to use trappings and associate them with the character, just because nobody wanted an origin for that character. I don't know. That's kind of like apples and oranges to me.
I guess.
Like, the Joker was at least decent.
Yeah, I mean, 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
That is how the saying goes. Of course, that didn't work. I'm gonna waste a lot of time on this video game now that I have it. Just because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna
But
be awful.
I mean, where I kind of see Watchmen and the Joker as similar. It's, if you have this story to tell, why do you need to bank your story on the shoulders of a comic book franchise?
Yeah,
Why can't you
right.
just tell your story?
Well, I mean, comic book franchises are making money right now. You'd be foolish not to capitalize on that if you could.
True, but then tell a comic book story.
Well, I mean, true, but how are you gonna stop it, right?
From what I've heard of the Joker, it's not really a comic book story. It's more like a psychological thriller, kind of,
Well, yeah,
is what I've gotten from the reviews.
it'd be interesting to find out what Scorsese thinks of of the Joker. Alright.
But I don't know. I think I'm just getting sick of that whole genre of movie
A lot of people
or
are.
or TV, I guess.
Well, both.
Yeah.
You can open graves. Oh, I need a shovel. I
That
like
seems like
that's
a great idea.
that seems like
Yeah,
I'm glad that's an
get
option.
your ass possessed.
No, I'm just glad it's an option. Can I use a machete
Yeah,
to open the
that's
grave?
fair.
That'd be good. In any event,
I hope some weird specter thing comes out and starts chasing you.
you
That'd
would.
be amusing.
What the fuck? You would. Alright. What time is it? Where are we at? We still got 15 minutes, so. Let's see. We got Captain Weeb coming up. We've got The Killing Joke coming up. Got a This Week in Comics coming up. We've got to review I Love Halloween at some point for Halloween.
Or do we want to do a special like Halloween stream?
Thursday, maybe,
Yeah.
possibly. We could probably do that instead of Friday. Just do Thursday.
Yeah. Just do a special Halloween episode.
Yeah, that could work. I like that idea. But
All right.
I don't know, at some
Be
point
fun.
this
Let us know in the Discord if you guys are done with that idea.
at some point this weekend after the show, I'll probably fire up a either a Discord and Patreon only private stream where we'll play some more Fallout, and I'll just talk directly with you guys. Take your suggestions on stuff. But, I'm kind of enjoying this. I miss these kind of games, and from what I remember, this game in particular, it gets fucking intense. So, plus with all the bonus material, I mean, there's already dozens of hours of shit to do in the base game alone.
All right.
But
Well, like I said, I've never played this, so this will be fun to watch.
well,
I've heard a lot about it.
What did you pick up from the comic shop this week? Anything?
No, remember I didn't get a chance to go over because I was working with my dad all day Wednesday and was
Yeah.
sore and tired.
Well,
So
did you-
yeah, I didn't get a chance to go over there yet.
What the hell, man? I mean, I get to pick what you read this week because it'll be on the Comixology.
Yeah. You get to pick.
Oh, Jesus, you done fucked up now. I think there was a new Archie book that came out.
Isn't there a new Archie book like every week?
Yeah, but this is Archie versus Predator Volume 2, son.
Oh, all right then. I think I have a couple issues from Volume 2.
Archie versus Predator?
Yeah.
What? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Okay,
I was making
you've
fun
known
of
me long
that.
enough at this point.
Of course, that's
You've known me
something you
long
would
enough
want.
at this point to know I would at least have to grab an issue just to see. Come on,
God, I hate you so much. Why are you so
Transformers versus Ghostbusters.
bad? Well, you disappoint me so. Like, I start the show, you jump on as co-host, I think to myself, man, I'm going to get to introduce this guy to so many good comic books. And I do. And you go and read this shit.
I haven't been following it. I just have like a couple issues
I'm just fucking...
because I thought it was funny.
I don't give a damn.
I mean, come on now.
I went out of my way to try and find
I've got-
Escape Man #1, okay? I will be the last person to... I have a full set. I have a full run of ROM Space Knight. Anyway, folks. Also this weekend, while I have time, I will be working with one of the patrons and Discord members to try and figure out how to edit videos because, Ayrton's phonograph couldn't handle the conversion rate of an MP4 file.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with it. Gives me an option to click on it to import the file, and then it just freezes and doesn't do anything.
Because the files are a
And then
couple
gives
of
me the middle finger.
Because the files are a couple of gigabytes in size, and you can only upload 2 megabytes per minute on your phonograph.
Maybe. I don't know.
It
I
would
tried
liter-
so many different things.
We would literally
I
have to
spent, like-
record videos 8 weeks in advance for you to be able to deal with it.
I spent like 4 hours trying different ways to get one of those files upload it into my editing stuff on here. I just would not do it.
And see, at this point, it's not that I doubt that you're willing to do anything for the show. I just feel like your technology is unwilling to do anything for the show. Like it just,
Which is fair.
it just refuses to work with us. So, I don't know.
And I even tried clicking and holding. Like, what was the problem with the audio file? Getting it in for the updated intro music, that didn't work. So before anybody asks, I tried that.
Well, just be aware that Sunday during your off day, once you get freed up, I'm going to get on a Skype call with you and just rant and rave while I try and figure out video editing software.
That works. I'm not doing anything Sunday.
Oh, no, you're not. I'm just fucking with you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as opposed to continuing to go through and, die again in this game on the next challenge, I will save my progress. I may play a little bit later, but I will continue this, I don't know, might be tomorrow night after the show. Nick Ricada's probably not streaming tomorrow, so we will, we'll see how it
do
ends
an
up.
after hours show for Patreon and Discord.
Yeah, hell, I might just do it live on the channel. Who knows?
Yeah, or that.
Just turn the volume up, let the music play through. Maybe try and
Bullshit
figure
with
out.
chat.
Yeah, bullshit with the chat. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I appreciate everybody for coming out. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed Fallout. I enjoyed the first 2.5 issues of Killer Groove. Like I said, it was the first time I've really been let down by an indie book in a while. One that actually felt like it had promise in issue 1. Like there are definitely issues or comics you pick up and you're like, this is going to be garbage from the very get-go. But this is one that I thought had a lot of potential, and this is one that I was wrong on. I mean, at least in my opinion. Like, I get what Ayrton was saying about the book being about addiction, but if they would have focused on that...
That's what I got. That's at least what I got
well,
from
like
it.
I said, I can see that, but if that's really what they were going for, then your guy shouldn't have been dead at the end. Like, he should have had to suffer, like, he should have had to deal with his addiction and overcome it and all that other good shit, or, have it get caught up and, get him...
Yeah, and that's
get him
and that's
killed.
why I think they were cut short.
And, at the end of the book, instead of him being... he's on the run for months and months. It doesn't say that he's been committing murders for this time, yet he's writing his masterpiece, so you assume that he has. Like, you could have told all of that story.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have made this a 12-issue maxi series out of that. Or you could have made a volume 2 out of that. Like, the end of volume 1 is him getting away after killing a group of people because Raoul's in the hospital and he's got to go away for a while. And then maybe in volume 2, the issue 1 opens up with him explaining, by killing multiple people, I was able to basically store my creative energy. Backlog it or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, overall, I give the first issue like a thumbs up, but I give the last issue a thumbs down, and it's really sad when that happens. Like, I like miniseries to come to conclusion and be decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bummer. I mean, maybe there will be a second volume and something will come out of it. Who knows?
Well, and the thing is, and I don't mean to say this and sound condescending. I think Aftershock's a fantastic publisher, but I think that it kind of came from my expectations, like being a little too high for that caliber publisher. The books they put out just aren't really usually my speed. and this one felt like it was. Like, it kind of felt like they were coming out of their shell a little bit. And
Yeah.
in the end, it felt more like it was a TV spot. It was a trailer. And I hate that. So that's probably painting my opinion of it a little bit.
Yeah, which is fair.
You know,
I don't know. Does make me a little bit worried for the other two books that I picked up and have been reading from them.
what is it?
But we'll see.
That's not usually there. And the thing is, like, it made sense to me that you would pick it up because Aftershock does do a lot of books that you would be interested in. Me, I'm, the classic superhero guy, the detective guy, the shadow,
Yeah.
the intense, heavy storyline that has threads that, connect after 7 issues and you're brought back around to the first fact you figured out. And then this really minute detail that you read in passing actually matters later on. And that's not really Aftershock's game. So, at least in my opinion. Kind of like I don't read Zenoscope comics because Zenoscope's game is, eye
Tits.
candy. Yeah. It's eye candy comics. It's what they call cheesecake comics. So,
Yeah.
that's not really my thing. So, I don't read it. But anyway, I'm rambling on at this point. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Yeah, go ahead. Speak, damn you.
I was going to say, it seems like it's about time to cut you off and tell everybody to go to bed.
Well, no, not to go to bed. I mean, it's the Weekender with Nick Rekieta and probably Drexel.
Yeah,
Nobody should go to bed.
true. Unless you have to work early like I do.
Well, I mean, even you. I mean, you know there's but one absolute.
That's so awesome. I love that so much.
I'm gonna start doing more of those. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out how to hook my iPad into my laptop to make it a soundboard. Yeah, I know there's a way you can do it.
Yeah. If only there was a way for me to pump audio to you through my Skype.
I think there is, but I don't know that you're, and don't take offense, but I don't think you're technically savvy enough to do it.
Probably not. Maybe if I get that 8. There we go.
But
I can dig it.
No, that's Rocky. Dun, dun. Fuck, now I gotta go to listen to the Knight Rider theme song.
Knight Rider is basically...
His car up so that he didn't have to squeeze into a tight space. I'm like, what's the point?
Have you seen those videos of the... Have you seen the videos of the smart summon, like, going wrong?
God,
Where you
no.
can, like, press a button and the car will back out of the parking spot and allegedly drive to you?
Yeah, but isn't that why car AIs were postponed for so long? It was because one of them hit a black lady?
I don't know, but in one of the videos, the car tries to cross the street through, like, heavy traffic and almost gets hit.
Nice. That's fantastic. Anyway, it's midnight. It's midnight 01.
And yeah.
But I will say good night, everyone. You guys have a great evening, and we will see you again tomorrow. Thank you for enduring this. Motherfucker, I didn't steal your line. I'm giving you a chance to say it. I'm setting you up, bitch.
Oh.
Now you gotta be set.
Oh.
Look, do I need to remind you?
Remind me of what?
didn't say it, man. Nick Rekieta said it. I'm just spreading the good word along like a church does.
Man, we are going to be playing that like it's a goddamn morphine drip.
Anyway, everyone have a good night. And Ayrton,
Good night, everybody.
later, guys.